Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, a bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitter is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing good and happy Halloween. Man, I'm glad to see you can wear your costume tonight, buddy.
Yeah, boy. Looks good, don't it?
What are you supposed to be dressed up as tonight?
Most handsome man in the world.
Oh, God. Puke gag me. Folks, appreciate y'all tuning in for the On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Hope everybody's had a great start to their week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you've not done so, please like and share this video. Get the word out there about all things TLC Outfitters. Man, I'll tell you what, it has been a hopping weekend. The weather has changed. We went from 80 and hot and humid to, headed to 29, 30 tonight. I mean, it's been a big change in the game movement for sure.
And one thing with that too, Tranny, as far as archery hunting and things, when we get that big temperature change like we're getting right now, it's normally with a low pressure system, and it's been with a high pressure system these last few days, and should have offered up some pretty decent hunting over the last couple days, 3 days.
Yep. We've seen a few bear have hit the ground. Congratulations to all the Kentucky bear hunters that have been successful at this point. And we're starting to see some big bucks come in too and on the harvest. So congratulations to everybody that has been successful. Also, we got to say a huge shout out to our very own Corey Black. I want to pop this up. Corey's out west right now, chasing a few dreams of his own. Corey was able to put this nice muley on the ground and made a great 450-yard shot today, and just well-deserved by a great guy right there, man. That's an awesome mule deer buck. Congratulations to our very own Corey Black. That was no heart attack buck, was it?
No, that's what I asked him. I said, yeah, it's a nice deer, but did you have a heart attack?
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody knows that you're not really a mule deer hunter unless you kill one after a heart attack.
Yep. Yeah, only tough guys from Winchester does that, right? From Waco, I mean. Yeah. Our number one fan, my mom says hello, everybody. And then look here, man, Gator Paul, always with us on Tuesday. Hey, everybody.
Look, Paul, since you're listening there, Paul, I broke into them venison brats with the cheddar and jalapenos in them tonight. We eat a little bit of that for for dinner tonight, and Jill wanted some elk chili, so cooked up some elk chili, and so we eat pretty good thanks to everybody else.
Yeah. I've been breaking on the summer sausage, Paul. Thank you so much for everything. Appreciate it, buddy. Our very own Ben Moore says, "Hey, fellas."
Ben.
Eddie Main says, "What up, my rednecks?"
Hey, Ed.
Very good, man. I tell you what, pretty excited about, we've been watching the cameras and everything, and finally cameras have been coming alive. We're seeing a little bit more daytime movement today. We were talking before the show. I had one of our bucks on our farm over here in Eastern Kentucky on his feet today during the middle of the day, and then you and Jill had one on its feet in daylight time this evening too. So that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, Jill actually went out and did a little hunting this evening, and lo and behold, the only thing she saw was a couple of does where she was at, but had one of our cameras sending her pictures, and at about 4:15, and again at 6:15, we had a pretty nice buck, one we call the unicorn buck. So it's got 4 big points on one side, and then just about a 7 or 8 inch brow tine coming up off the left side. So we call him the unicorn buck. But he come through there about 4:15, and again at 6:15 at a different stand location. So unfortunately, just not in the right spot at the right time. But he was daylighting, and the way he was moving, he was searching out some does, I believe.
Yeah, very good. Tracy Collins says, "Hi, Miss Tracy." Eddie says had a decent 6-point come by today at 4:15. That's about what time your buck was. The one that we seen on ours was a little bit earlier than that. And then Brad says, Kimber says she calls dibs on the unicorn.
Well, she's gonna have to get over here.
That's right.
I believe this might be Kimber's deer hunting spot. She's had pretty good success. She's killed 4 deer over here at the house back here, and of course the most recent one was that doe during youth hunt while we were traveling down to Florida. Her and Jill got after them and was successful on a big fat doe. But I believe she's going to call dibs just about every time at this farm.
So you and I differ a little bit on our hunting tactics when it comes to scents. We're going to touch on deer hunting a little bit. Not going to be a real long show tonight. A lot of stuff going on and everything. Of course, it's Halloween, and hope everybody's had a safe and a very fun Halloween. I know that we had a great 2 weekends here in Prestonsburg with everything that's been going on, and hope all the kiddos got to get out and enjoy tonight and get a whole bucket full of candy. But you and I different just a little bit on scents. We have over the years, and both have been successful. But what is your take? We're into that. I don't know if you want to call it that pre-rut, heading to the rut. We're starting to see a lot of scrapes, a lot of rubs, even some chasing and everything. We're in that transition period, which is a good time. We always said, if you've got 1 or 2 days to hunt, make sure Halloween night or Halloween evening is one of those. But what's your take on scents and rattling for these bucks this time of year?
I've never been real big into scent as far as attractants and things like that. My theory has always been I'd rather them not know I'm there. As scent free as possible, wind in my face. I want those deer to do their normal thing. And I've always kind of felt like I was better off if they didn't know that I was there at all. Whether they liked my scent or they didn't like my scent, I'd rather them do their own thing and let me do my scouting and try to get in the right position to ambush them, during their daily activities. Now, with that being said, I don't think you can't necessarily beat a deer's nose. But, we talked about a little bit, there are some products out there that will, I believe, make that deer feel like you're further away than maybe what you actually are. And the one that we're talking about is ozone. There's several different products out there, product company names. We were specifically just talking about ozonics just because that's the one that I do have. But I don't think ozonics takes your scent completely away. But what I do think is when that deer comes by downwind or happens to be downwind, it may trick that deer into thinking that you're 300 yards away instead of 30 or 40 yards away. And so with look, deer can smell so well. They know that people are out there. Um, but if I can make him think that I'm sitting up on my back porch when I'm actually in my tree stand, he's going to go ahead about his normal business. And that's what I think some of those products do there. But as far as all the attractants and rutting scents and things like that, not to say that I don't use them, but it's not my first go-to. It's pretty rare that I actually use them.
Yeah. For me, I like using scents. I think that scents, and once again, it's kind of like what we say during turkey season. Be a deer hunter. Don't be a deer caller, or don't let these tools, of hunting be the only thing you're out there doing. But I think using them, in small amounts and using them, in addition to being a good hunter, it's like you and I talk all the time. If the wind ain't right, just don't hunt.
That's right. You're doing more than good if the wind's not right.
That's right. You can get away with some stuff, but you're not going to get away a lot or most of the time with just, blatant, not knowing what way the wind's coming or you're hunting into the wind the way you're not supposed to. I mean, you really need to, with any big game, you need to make sure you're doing that. But, I really like some of the scents. I mean, we've had a lot of success over the years with using scents. Rattling in my neck of the woods, and it depends on who you talk to. But, I've rattled a few bucks in my lifetime, but very few. It's not, I know guys that when they go to the woods, they've got a set of rattling horns or a rattling bag or something like that. I hardly ever. I mean, very rarely will I take, something to rattle with. And maybe that's against, maybe I should. But I think you have to have quite a few deer. I think you have to have a dense population. I think you have to have a lot of bucks for that competition. And the farther, of course, west you go, the more dense the population is. So I never really found rattling to be a big part of my hunting scheme when it comes to what I do. And like I said, and if you all out there watching, if you know what we're talking about, scents, we're talking about, tools and techniques for deer hunting, write us something on here. I'll pop it up. We'll talk about it. There's 1,000 different ways to deer hunt, and if you have something that works for you, we'd love to hear about it. But we're talking, about what we've done. Jill says that unicorn buck's waiting on her. Eddie says Kimber is the bomb. Kimber is the bomb. She is a good little hunter, that's for sure. Paul says I had a 6-point, a nice 8, and a doe, just not the one I'm after. Rattling is a good way to get the bucks. Paul's here in Eastern Kentucky, and I think that we've seen a drastic shift over the years where Eastern Kentucky didn't have a whole lot of deer, and of course, if you're talking about Eastern Kentucky as a whole compared to some of the other regions, we still don't have the dense population. But we definitely have more deer than we've ever known. And I think some of these things that we've not used actually works, like Paul's talking about rattling here. So appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. Tyler Smith says, don't let hunting marketing tactics fool you. Hunt the wind. Do your scouting months before season. Think like a deer. Good luck, everyone. Man, there isn't a tool on the market that is a substitute for good hunting techniques and what and like Tyler said, get out there and do the scouting, knowing traditionally where big bucks hang out. If you'll notice, a lot of times we've got them in every area. We know those certain people that's going to kill a big buck year in and year out. And those guys know where the honey holes are and know where, that some of these places are that hold these big deer, and they've got it down to a science. We have one of those guys on here, PJ Collins, one of the best deer hunters that I know, and Nathan Hartz. Those guys hunt hard. Paul here, hunts really hard, and a lot of the other guys and gals on here do too. But being a hunter, getting away, don't get caught up in those, in those marketing schemes or those gimmicks, and keep it simple. I think a lot of times, Matt, we can overthink, and we can try to get too technical. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do, and I'll be honest with you. I think one of our biggest problems is we get so used to enjoying a spot ourselves. That may not be the spot that the deer enjoy. And so we're not willing to change our strategy because, one, it takes more effort. Two, you're not used to being in a different area on your farm or on your lease or whatever the case is. But, I think we fall into that rut of, well, I'm going to go out here to my deer stand and hope I see something, because 10 years ago you seen a big deer there, and you ain't seen a big deer there for the last 8 or 10 years. And so, don't be afraid to change your strategy a little bit, especially if you've got acreage that you can move around on. I mean, some people are limited on how much acreage they have. And so, that's one thing that I would say is don't be afraid to change your strategy up.
Yeah. We get in such a habit, man, and I think that's what hunters really succumb to on a good acorn crop. I know it's been my problem in the past. We want to go set on that corn pile. We want to go set. It's almost like we're trying to wheel deer to where we want them instead of us going and hunting the deer where they're at. And, we do it a lot for turkeys. You and I have hunted turkeys, in several different places, several different states. And we've had a lot of success a lot of times towards the end of the hunt as we're learning a place, learning a land, getting in there, not giving up, and changing with the turkeys. Well, the same thing goes with the deer. Yes, I have my favorite spots that I've hunted for the last, 35 years. And I don't want to hunt anywhere else. But a lot of times that's just not where those deer want to be. It's generation after generation of deer come in and they use different places. And sometimes it's harder. It's a longer walk. We have to do a totally different setup and whatever. And we let tradition, comfort, and what we think we know override what we should know or what we should go find out.
Yeah. Good example of that's TJ. We hunt public land up in Ohio every year during the gun season. And if you know anything about Ohio, the gun season's not really when you want to hunt Ohio. It's the rut's already over by then. And so, and then also pairing that with public land, it really makes it tough. I mean, to hunt deer. Now, if you want to go up there and shoot a doe, I mean, there's does running everywhere and this and that. There's a lot of competition out there in the woods. So, those deer are constantly moving, trying to get away from that pressure. But, we've been up there several years now, and I killed a small buck one year and this and that. Well, I mean, we've killed a few deer, but last year, man, while everybody else was sitting 50 yards off the road trying to kill a deer, TJ was like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I'm actually going to go deer hunt. And so he jumps out of the truck and he just takes off walking. He got at least 2 miles deep, maybe a little further. And son, he killed a really, really nice public land buck last year.
Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, old dad had to come to the rescue. I mean, bad heart, overweight, old. I had to go in there and help him pack it out.
Yeah.
If you want to kill a deer, you're going to have to change your tactics a little bit.
You're going to drag mine out this year.
But out for you before, okay?
That's right. Plenty of them. Tiffany here said Nathan's deer mix is the way to get the deer on our spots. I have to tell you what, man. I give Nathan a hard time all the time. Nathan Dre, I told him I'm going to take his product and I'm going to bag it up and I'm going to sell it and I'm going to just live life on Easy Street. Nathan has got this mix he puts together. I ain't going to give away any secrets, Nathan. Don't worry. He's got this mix he puts together that's like a corn topper. And I'm telling you what, man, you can go to a brand new place, put a little bit of corn out, top that corn out with that. Well, I call it Nathan's deer meth. They get addicted to it, son. Gerald's deer meth, and it is phenomenal. And they are on it. I mean, within that day, you'll have pictures on that corn pile with that topper, and it's pretty neat. But you're gonna have to give it to them if you want to find out what's in it. Yeah, you think it's funny, big boy. I've seen it in action. I know all about it. Don't you worry. Gerald, I can't call it deer cane. So we have to call it Gerald's deer meth or something other, you know. It's highly addictive, son. I've never seen anything like it. He's got it down to a science. Dustin Scott says, headed to Georgia for the first time in 2 years. Do you think it is a good time to use doe and heat, and what would you recommend using?
Don't know. I never deer hunted Georgia.
So depending on what part of Georgia, Dustin, you're hunting, I don't know if you're down there where we used to hunt at down there. It's a little bit different than here, but it's still on the same lines as far as the deer movement and as far as what's going on. But this time of year, is good. For me, I don't like, a lot of times guys will go out, and I've done it too, during rifle season, we'll go out and we got a drag, or we're using a lot of that scent in the area that we're at. I think this time of year, a little goes a long way. I think that if you get to your area, maybe if you walk in, a few drops here and there for me. Now, I'm talking about how I hunt and what I would do. But I probably wouldn't go about it right now exactly how I would maybe later on into the rut. And a little bit of scent's not going to hurt, put out, but you don't want to just soak an area with it. Now, you all may think that's different. If you do, drop a comment. We're going to put it up here. That's what we're here to learn tonight. So if you all think right now is the time to use that stuff and use it heavy, don't use it at all. I want to hear the experts. So tell us about that. And there's a lot of different scents out there, from high dollar to whatever, but I have to be honest with you, and some of these guys are probably going to make fun. I mean, good old Tink 69, man. It's never let me down. That's why I've used Special Golden Esters. They've got some great stuff now. We've got some small companies that's putting real stuff in a bottle now. It's really good, but it's usually high-end stuff. But if you're looking just from something generic over the Walmart counter, I've never gone wrong with Tink 69. So that's what I would suggest for you to use. And like I said, some of these much better deer hunters on here. I'm not a deer expert. I just know what's happened over the past few years. They can maybe tell you a little bit more. Said headed to North Georgia to hunt the disability hunt at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Carter's Lake, not far from Dad's house. So you're going to be right there. You're going to be just a fuzz warmer than what we are, but it's still North Georgia, boys, about the same as what you're going to get all the way through Tennessee and in our neck of the woods too. So good luck, man. Send us plenty of pictures, and I hope you kill an absolute giant. So,
Trinity, that's what I was getting ready to say before he put that second comment up there. I didn't know where Dustin was hunting, but now if he was in southern Georgia, he may be getting down there around that Florida rut, which would be quite a bit earlier in the year. So yeah. I think it all just matters. And as you and I well know, just from a couple of weeks ago, Georgia's a big, long state. Seems like when you go into Florida, you're in Georgia. You're in Georgia longer than you're on vacation. But I think it all depends on what part. So if you're in northern Georgia, I would think that the rut would be kicking off pretty close to what our rut is.
Yeah,
mid-November.
Appreciate y'all's questions. Now, a lot of guys will talk about how the rut is their favorite time to hunt versus the pre-rut. For you, which one would you think, is better time to hunt, pre-rut or rut?
For me, if I'm archery hunting, I'd rather be in the pre-rut archery hunting.
Yeah.
We're a little different than you guys are. I mean, we talk about it all the time, the difference in how the landscape's laid out. But now up here, we can sit on the field edge. I mean, I can sit and watch 100-acre bottom down there on one of my leases. And if I do that during the rut, I'm probably going to see a lot of activity, a lot of chasing, a lot of grunting, just a lot of dogging on them deer. But now if I'm bow hunting and I'm back in the timber, I would prefer, pre-rut activity.
Yeah. Justin Tinsley says he wants to hunt when it's warm.
That guy right there, buddy.
You and him got a lot of similarities. Just don't want any discomfort whatsoever. Don't want to be cold. Don't want to get up early. Don't want to stay out late.
Yeah.
I can see why y'all got along good in Africa. I mean, you need somebody rolling out the red carpet, getting up at 10 o'clock and doing your laundry. So that says a lot. I see that now.
It was so good, man.
That's right.
Sleep in until about 8 or 9, go eat breakfast, roll out there. I mean, it's pretty good.
Justin said they had snow while he's in the blind this evening up there around Lawrenceburg. Bring on the snow, baby. I like it. Jill says, you are right, Trinity. What's that all about? 2 peas in a pod.
Yep. That's what she's referring to.
Yep. Nathan, there any tips on hunting dewey lake this weekend for the quota hunt? Man, yes. And I need to get with you on this. But I tell you, man, our WMAs and those quota hunts are starting up, firing up this weekend coming. But some of these quota hunts are amazing, and Dewey Lake is one of those. Dewey Lake WMA here in Prestonsburg is a phenomenal place to hunt. There'll be some big bucks come off. I know them Harless boys. I know Mark has killed a big buck last year, I believe, or year before on the WMA, and there are some studs. And man, I'll give you some tips and stuff off the show, but there's a lot of activity over there right now, and it's 9,000 acres. Finding that off the beaten path place and studying maps. I know you're a big Onyx guy and a map guy the way that we are, but you need to be looking at those maps and everything, and see if you can find some of them places kind of you think will be off the beaten path. And I really think it's going to be, from the look at the weather and everything, I think it's going to be a good hunt. I think we'll see some absolute giants come off that WMA this weekend. So, and I know if I know you, you'll be right in the running with them. So we'll talk here before you hunt. Dustin says, are getting some snow tonight in eastern Ohio. Ohio's a good place. It's calling our name. Justin says he complains more and eats more than I do.
Hey, speaking of eating, let me tell you something. If you're not going to Florida and shooting lizards in Miami out of people's backyards, you are missing out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that iguana meat is absolutely a delicacy. Am I wrong?
No, I've never had anything like it, dude. It is phenomenal. It's nothing like a frog leg. It's nothing like anything I've ever had, and it is perfect.
I'm going to disagree just a little bit with what you said there.
Okay.
It's got the consistency of a frog leg. The consistency of the meat is just like a frog leg. Dead on.
Yeah.
It is pure white gold for meat. I'm telling you what, man. I mean, it is snow white meat. They can swim, but they don't live in the water, so they don't have a fishy flavor at all. It is excellent. It's excellent.
They are very flavorful. I mean, they are good. I love frog legs, and for me, the frog legs, it's got that. You can tell hey, this guy's lived a lot of time in the water and whatever, but it's still really good. But I'm gonna tell you something. Iguana is right on up the chart for me when it comes to flavor and good eating, and it's hard to beat.
I'm telling you right, next time we go to Florida, I believe I'm going to gator hunt one day and hopefully kill a gator. And I think the next 6 days I'm going to shoot iguanas as many as I possibly can.
Absolutely. Justin Tinsley says you all are nasty.
They're delicious.
Oh.
Chime in there, Jill. Tell them what it tastes like.
Dustin says, I hope the sub-freezing temperatures kick off the rut up here in eastern Ohio. Yep. And you want to know something, man? The weather, here's something that we've kind of figured out too. The weather helps, but it is not the main focus of the rut. It's the intensity of the day. It's the length of the day. It's a whole lot of stuff. But now they're going to do their thing regardless of the temp. But now some cool temperatures sure going to help, Dustin. Sure going to help. Jill says iguana is awesome. Matt loves iguana tail.
Hey, we invited, of course, everybody's met Whitley on here. Whitley Barthel.
Yeah.
Little buddy. I tell you what, not only is she a good hunter, but she has got cooking venison backstrap down to an art. Boy, she made us dinner the other night, brought it up here as the best deer meat I think I've ever eaten. But her and her mama Laura come up, and we cooked up some iguanas the other night. Boy, they eat them down good too.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Very good. I really like them, man. That's awesome.
It's worth the trip.
Yeah, I'm ready to go back now. Let's see if I got anything else I've missed here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If y'all got a question or got a comment, please drop it to us. Let us know. All right, man. So how many? Well, I think I told you, so I can't ask you that. How many bears do you think have been? So we checked the telecheck, and to date, unless I looked at something wrong, there have been 69 bears checked in. 69 bears, so that's pretty good harvest. I think. Some of y'all may think it should be more or less or whatever else, but we've seen quite a few bears come in across social media, and congratulations to everybody. I have to give our buddy Aaron Scott a big shout out. He killed a really nice bear, and some of the other ones. So I know our dog buddies are on here, Earl Dwayne Hall and all those guys, and Donald Thomas and everybody been hard at them too. So just like I said, congratulations to everybody that has had a good hunt. Hopefully everybody's had a successful bear season, and at least, man, to get out there, just think about where we came from. And a lot of these guys will agree with me. Today we can deer hunt, elk hunt, bear hunt, turkey hunt, I mean, waterfowl hunt. We can do all these things now. And, you think about like when our dads, were back hunting and doing things like that. So, I mean, if you'd have told them we'd have had a bear and elk season way back when, I mean, they'd been like, "What's that?" There's no way.
They were still hunting for a deer track.
Yeah.
In the 60s and 70s, our dads were still looking for a deer track, and when they seen a deer track, they were excited. So, think about where we're at right now with elk season, bears. I mean, you can hunt just about anything that walks in Kentucky now.
That's right. Justin said, was there one that was almost 500 pounds? Yes, about four something, 471, 400. So yeah, some massive bears coming out of eastern Kentucky. Yeah, and I tell you, man, 69 bears. That's and the quality of bears that we're seeing. It's just true testament to good conservation. I know some people love bears. Some people hate them. Some say this. Some say that. I mean, but if you look at the quality of animals that are being harvested in Kentucky, I mean, all of it's good quality, and and a pretty good opportunity right here in our backyard. So hopefully we can get you and Jill down here and we get Jill on a big bear. Ben's has promised to get Jill on a big bear.
I know, it just didn't work out. Me and her, fighting those calendar days on how much vacation we can take off work and things. And, just a few days ago when they started talking about the weather changing and everything, and from my understanding, bears, they like that mild weather, nice and sunny and this and that. And the wind gets up and it gets overcast, starts spitting rain or sleeting or something like that. Typically those things will hold up for a little while, but when you're not hunting with dogs, that's tough. That's tough. If you got some dogs and you can make them move, it's a little different. But if you're just archery hunting out there and letting them do their own thing, when that weather starts turning bad like that, they typically aren't moving around a whole lot. So we decided it'd be better, instead of spending our last few days, during the archery season trying to kill a bear, that we'll spend those days during the gun season come December. So
yeah. Nathan Gerald says, has anyone else got bucks chasing? What y'all got? Justin Tinsley says, Kentucky bear is one of my bucket list items. A black bear is one of mine too, Justin. I bet you don't see too many bear down there in Lawrence County or Lawrenceburg at all.
Nathan Gerald, yes. That's what we were talking about earlier. About 4:15 today, we had a really nice buck come through our bottom, got his picture took, and we got the video of it. And that deer is definitely on the move. Didn't see a doe with him. Didn't see a doe come by the camera first, but he had his nose to the ground almost like he was searching. So chasing might be a strong word right now, but I think really getting interested is what they're doing right now.
Yeah. I know we're seeing a lot of rubs. We've been out to a couple of different places this week. We're seeing a lot of rubs. Went and put some feed out at a place that we haven't been into this year, and seen some scrapes, seen a lot of signs. So, pretty good deal there. Very good. If y'all got any questions, let us know. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Just think, man, we're less than 30 days away from getting back in the Elkwoods. It'll be the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We'll be back. That'll be week 1 Cal Firearms. So we're excited to get back after those elk. We've got 3 weeks of 21 days. Well, I guess it may be longer than 21 days. We got 3 weeks of Kentucky rifle season for deer. So a lot of stuff. I think shotgun turkey season's in right now too. Not really seen too many turkey pictures right now. Justin Tinsley says bucks coming in to get processed here are really starting to stink. So they're getting all them tarsal glands and all them glands up and going and doing their thing. So very good.
Hey Justin, don't be worrying about them deer. You got alligators to take care of, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Alligators. Yeah.
Well, man, I think no time. It's not every day you get alligators.
That's right. Dustin says, "What do y'all use for cover scent, Matt? What do you do for cover scent?"
Scent free, buddy. That's all I do. I use the we run ozonics while we're hunting. We've got scent crusher closet that we keep our clothes in, but for the most part, I'm not a big. I mean, I do use scent sometimes, just when the urge hits me, but it's not part of my normal strategy. My normal strategy is stay scent free as possible. So hunt the wind and have those other gadgets in case the wind swirls. Now, like down there in eastern Kentucky, Trendy, I would think you all deal with a whole lot more of swirling wind than what we do up here in this farm country.
Yeah, it's hard to get a constant wind all the time, man. It's always coming in and it hits a holler, it hits a mountain, and it's bouncing here, bouncing there. The prevailing wind is usually pretty steady, but now depending on where you hunt at, it's pretty tough. For me, it's always do all the things that you can do. You know, from taking a shower and being scent free to, having a closet. I've got a bag. I got a scent crusher bag. I don't go as far. I know some guys will take their clothes out to the field and put them on. I don't do that. I'm not that extreme. I'm not saying anything about those guys. That's actually a great idea. But and then spray down it. I spray down with scent free in the field. So look
Now,
here. Go ahead.
One thing I have done quite a bit of in the past is rake up the leaves in your yard. If you not while they're wet, of course, okay, but if you can get you a good bright sunny day and get out there and rake you up a bag of leaves and drop that down in your bag, there's nothing that mimics nature more, and what those deer smell every day than good leaf litter. So, store your clothes in leaves.
That's right. Look at this guy right here. He's got to be talking to you.
I'm
going to dip into my pillow money. I tell you what. Lord have mercy. I mean, as much advertising and promotion as we get, because, Justin don't like live as well, on there. I mean, I just take that off the bill, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
It's funny how we can't get him to show his face on here, but when he type up that little icon and put it on there, he don't shut up.
Justin, he said that, I didn't. I think that skull, I think that was the skull number there, Justin. That was that Euro mount number right there, buddy. Nathan Jarrell says, it sounds crazy to me, but my go-to is vanilla extract in a spray bottle. I've had deer walk my same path, never an issue. I've never used anything else. And you know what? That's a good point, Nathan. That is a curiosity scent. And it's not so far-fetched that, if you use like Nose Jammer, it's cherry vanilla. Big Time is like a cherry, kind of a cherry almond, cherry vanilla scent. So that's a good cover scent too, and also curiosity smell as well. So
Nathan, are you watering that down any, or straight bacon vanilla extract? Or are you watering it down in the spray bottle and using it that way? How do you do that?
That's a good question.
Yeah. And I mean bacon like BAKING, not BACON.
He's trying to cut Justin off. He said just straight vanilla. Yeah. Wouldn't take a whole lot of that.
No, sir.
Yeah. Straight from the bottle at Walmart. Yep, I like it. It's good stuff. What we missed tonight. Kind of leads us in. Going in next week, we'll be talking about tactics for gun season. And, man, it's here. I cannot believe. We talked about elk season, and we talked about that Florida trip, and now we're staring firearm season. I mean, we're staring firearm season right in the face for deer. So,
yeah, last weekend was it last weekend you were up here?
Yep.
It was when we got back from Florida.
Right.
2 weeks ago. We were able to get Jill's rifle sighted in, that new rifle, she's had, and finally got it out and got to shoot it and got it sighted in. So I'm sure she's excited for gun season to roll around. She can reach out there 1,000 yards now, probably.
Yep.
Somebody could. I don't know if her or I can do that, but somebody could.
I tell you what, my money's on her. I seen her shoot, and she is a dead eye mama. That's for sure. She is going to absolutely thump something's hide with that 6.8.
That sure is a nice rifle. I hope it does.
Yeah.
You know, we got Ohio gun season coming in again. You know, here not too awful long from now. It's what, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. So I need to get my Ohio rifle sighted in. I've not shot it yet. It's a new rifle.
Let me see right here. Hang on just a second, buddy. We may read that comment there.
Justin says we need some skinners. Any takers? Sounds to me like he's looking for cheap labor.
Yeah.
I would say that here in the next couple of weeks, he's going to need all the help he can get in that processing part of his Tinsley's custom wildlife.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'd like to know, I forget how many deer he said that he done, but it's a bunch. And I don't know how they process that many, just to be honest with you.
Justin, I know one time earlier this year, you said you were expecting about 300 deer, and I don't know if that meant mounts or if that meant processings. But how do you look coming into gun season with that number?
I tell you what, man, his taxidermy, dude, and his product coming out of the processing side too is absolutely amazing. Of course, I give him a hard time trying to get him to send them or make them daggone snack sticks again, and it's
I didn't bring that up, Justin. Just know who did that.
I did. I did. Oh, we got a question right here. Glenn Maynard says, great conversation, guys. Question: does the elk tag for archery or rifle give you early and late seasons, or just week 1 or 2? So, when you get a rifle tag, you will get either week 1 or week 2. And all rifle seasons are 5 days, whether you get a bull or a cow tag. Firearm are 5 days. So essentially you get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. During archery, if you get drawn for an either sex archery tag, you get 3 weeks. You get the first 2 weeks, that open up in September, and then you get a late season in December. So that's how that goes, and I hope that answers your question. I appreciate your question, by the way. It's a good question. Yeah, if we can't get him to do that snack sticks anymore, man, I guess I got the last batch of those. Yeah, those are really good. Yeah. Also, we've got I don't want everybody to forget, but we've got sandhill crane season that's going to be coming up December and January. We are doing guided sandhill crane trips too. So, hey, man, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah, sure.
You believe in miracles?
I believe in miracles.
You believe in miracles?
Yes.
Me too, man. You know what? You talk about somebody and they'll pop up every time.
Speaking of Santa Claus, he kind of shaped like Santa Claus.
I had to finish eating before I could get on.
Is that right? Man after my own heart.
If I see Matt, that's the first thing that pops in my mind is food.
Man, you must have left some type of impression on him in Africa.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta be good at something. I'm good at eating, buddy. I'll tell you.
He's the classic. Remember the commercial? Mikey will eat anything.
Yep.
That's Mikey.
Ah, gotcha.
I'll tell you what, if Mikey's ever eat iguana, son, he'd never turn back.
Yeah, you can have that.
I'm telling you right now, man, it is delicious. Yeah, it is delicious. What's going on down there in Lawrenceburg, man? How's the world of Tinsley Custom Wildlife and Processing?
We've been a little slow with all the acorns falling. Harvest slowed up a little bit, but the last 2 weeks have been ramped up pretty good.
That is awesome, man. And Matt had a good question there just to let people know, like, I mean, how busy you all are. Matt, ask him there what you asked while he was logging on.
You know, several months ago, Justin, before season come in, you were saying that you were kind of expecting 300 deer this year. And I don't know if you meant 300 mounts coming in or 300 processings coming in, but just curious on how that number looked, or how you're looking coming into gun season.
We're hitting close to 100 on both sides, the processing and mounts so far already. And of course the gun season is the busiest part of it. I don't think we're going to be off either one of those numbers for either side.
Right.
Typically we end up with 85% mounts out of our processing.
Do you? Wow, that's a lot. I mean, that's a big. Are you including? Well, what about the late muzzleloader season? Is that usually a real big busy time for you?
It slows down for the general public. We still have a couple outfitters up here that we still get quite a bit from, just due to the fact that they're still heavy in feeding. They're bringing in, newer clients and stuff like that. That's typically what a lot of our late muzzleloader is. We don't see a whole lot of locals for the late muzzleloader. You will hear, one here and one there, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And did I hear you say that snack sticks were coming back?
No, but that's one of the reasons I told you to log me on. We have added hot and regular breakfast sausage, and we've added venison bacon burger patties. So we've added those two in here, but no snack sticks.
Oh,
You can have just have a ground snack stick.
I don't care what you say, Justin. Summer sausage is not the same.
Well, it's just a bigger roll.
No, not the same. Sorry.
I got some of that breakfast sausage thawed out in my refrigerator right now, Justin. So I'll be trying it out in the next day or two.
We've had a lot of good, good remarks from it. A lot of people really like it. It's really, I grew up with pork sausage. As a kid or as a young adult, to me, if I heard sausage, I thought I referred to pork. I never really did a lot of the, beef, elk, deer, things like that. And when we tried it, it really worked. It's good.
Yeah. Look here, boys. I'm getting double teamed right here. Gator Paul says, "Don't blame you. Snack sticks are a pain in the backside."
You got that right.
But
I don't know. I can't do anything with you all.
I'll tell you what. If you'll take the time and come up here and help fix them, I'll be glad to order you some seasoning in and bring your deer and labor, and we'll make you some.
I'll tell you what, they're so good, I might just take you up on that. Yeah, that's how good them things are. They're mighty, mighty fine. Yeah. Justin, so have you seen over the past week or so, are you seeing more bucks come in as far as, the archery season? Are you seeing that? Can you tell, is there a time you can say, like as a taxidermist, you say, yep, that rut starting to kick in, or that pre-rut starting to kick in. Can you see the changes in that as a taxidermist?
Yeah. I had a guy brought his daughter's deer in for during the youth weekend, and I've never heard this, but he told me, he said the deer that she shot bred a doe before she killed him. That was in youth season.
That's before muzzleloader.
Yes, that was before muzzleloader.
Wow.
Yeah, the deer, there's a lot more around here. There's a lot more chasing going on. You know, we're seeing cameras here. You know, we get pictures of the deer, the bucks. They're just cruising by. They're not eating right now. They're cruising.
Yeah. Very interesting. So what we need is for everybody when they harvest that big buck is to bring your own by Tinsley Custom Wildlife. It's a one-stop shop processing. All your taxidermy, award-winning taxidermy. I mean, anything you can think of from a processing standpoint besides snack sticks. And, you know, you're going to get everything you need right there. You don't have to worry about all the nonsense taken out with some good folks right there in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Worth the drive.
We had a deer come in Saturday, and the boy was from Perry County.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
come in from Perry County this past weekend.
Did you get any black bear from this week?
We got 2 last night.
Good.
2 come in last night. One was killed. I think one was killed during the weekend. That was Jimmy McGuffin's 2 grandsons, the twins.
Yeah, man.
One of them killed a black bear this weekend and this week.
Yeah, congratulations to Jimmy's grandchildren. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, and Matt will be probably bringing you an elk head this weekend as well.
Okay.
Yeah. He don't know it yet, but he'll be all right. Yeah.
Well, he won't come up and see us, will he?
No.
No, he don't show up.
No.
He's missing out on all the fun you and I have, Justin.
Yeah.
I don't get the invite.
Well, you apparently you got the delivery service going. You don't need an invite.
That's true. You spoiled us for so long, man, picking up elk heads. Now you're going to make us bring them to you.
Yeah.
You know, Trinity snack sticks and summer sausage is the same, just smaller cases. Paul, listen to me, man. Now, I thought we were on the same page. I left down there, and you and Matt started ganging up on me. Now you're going to gang up on me here. It is not the same, okay? Process may be the same. It all may be the same, but it don't eat the same.
Hey, Paul, I will bring you a whole cooler of all 3 flavors of summer sausage for Trinity's Gator Tag next year.
He ain't right. Boy, I'll tell you what. Hey.
And I'll even throw breakfast sausage and some hamburger patties.
You know who that sounds like, Matt?
Yeah.
Matt.
I don't think we ought to say that on air.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll hush now. Boys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Justin, what we missed from Tinsley Custom Wildlife this week? Man, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Well,
Did you see that big grin on Matt's face? You've made his week, man.
Well, that's why I did it. I thought, give him something to smile about. He don't smile that much.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, how can people reach out to you, Justin, and get a hold of you?
The best way to reach me is through our cell phone, 502-680-1022. Text me. That's the best way to get a hold of me, that or call. We're open right now during the week, from 9 to 6. Weekends, we're typically open during that time, too. Of course, when gun season starts, we'll be running, 12, 14-hour days probably.
Yeah.
Trying to keep everything took in.
Not yet, Paul. Not yet. It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah. Yeah. He hooked us up, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
broke into them venison brats tonight. Good
I
stuff.
wonder, I wonder if you could make gator summer sausage.
I don't know.
Don't curl your lip. If you'll eat iguana, you'll eat anything.
I tried.
Don't get me wrong, I would eat it, but it'd be hard for me to give up that much poundage. I like it fried. I like it fried.
Gator Paul says, yes, you can. But I'm going to tell you something right now. If we could kill an iguana the size of a 9-foot iguana, they wouldn't be no more gator harvesting.
Yeah.
If everybody from Florida's listening to this, I will go gator hunting.
We'll
let Trinity go and look for a 9-foot iguana. I will still gator hunt.
You just need to make sure that they got the seats fastened in the boat next time.
I heard that.
But hey, when a 5-foot lizard's coming at your face from 40 feet in the air, you get out of the way.
Yeah. You need to put pork fat in it, he said. You know what, Matt? We may have some folks that don't know what we're talking about.
There it is. Watch out. Scout here. Why is that not on video? You think that's Randy? It is on video, baby. Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, let me just explain something here real quick. 12-pound iguana, 5 foot long, coming 40 foot from the air.
Mm-hmm.
It was attacking me. My hat was choking me to death, and the chair was tying me down to the floor of the boat. And the only person helping me was Captain Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, I know where real friends are.
I was just worried about the iguana, babe. You know, y'all want to praise that dog? I want to show you one more time. That iguana came home with you, not because of that dog. Watch this again.
There it is. Watch out. Scout here.
Bam!
Why is that not on video? You think that's Randy?
Scout would have got him somewhere. When he run in front of that boat, Scout was waiting on him.
Son, that dog was ready. That dog was ready.
As they say down there at Florida Adventure Outfitters, Scout had my back.
That's right.
Scout had.
Justin, you got anything for us in closing, brother?
No. Like I said, I just thought I'd give Matt his evening laugh.
I appreciate you coming on, man. Matt, what you got for us in closing, buddy?
That's it, buddy.
Yeah.
I hope I feel better next week. I've been kind of under the weather a little bit today. Looking forward here to gun season coming in. We've got several good deer on video or on camera, and we've not even been down to our big lease yet to even look. So,
yep.
Get pretty excited about what may be down there running around.
Yep. I am too. And folks, we hope you all have had a good show with us. Thank you all for tuning in. Tinsley Custom Wildlife, award-winning. It's not just taxidermy. It is a masterpiece. What Justin puts out with his taxidermy work, it is phenomenal. Give him a chance. Tinsley Custom Wildlife and Processing. Also, be sure to check out everything we have to offer. We got sandhill crane hunts coming up, deer hunts. We got to finish out elk season, and we got those tower shoots for pheasants coming up. Man, I am excited. We'll be releasing those dates real soon, folks. Hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Send us those pictures if y'all get out and get to enjoy what the good Lord's gave us. Make sure you send us a picture of your harvest. We'll put it on here. We'll show you it off. Let everybody know what you're doing. Remember, if you want to know the Creator, look at the creation. And we are very blessed to be able to enjoy every bit of it. Thank you all for tuning in. we'll hope to see you real soon. Yes, sir.
Hey, one last thing. Everybody go over to our Facebook sub page. I don't know what that is. The Check Station. Look for the Check Station.
TLC Outfitters, check the Check Station.
The Check Station.
Yep.
Look, the Check Station was created with the idea of the old style check station when people would just roll in, even if they weren't successful as far as a harvest, they would still go to the check station to see what was being checked in that day by other people. And they'd sit around and they'd tell stories. And it wasn't always about the size of the rack. It was about the story and the memories that they made that day. So go over there, post a picture, but more importantly, tell us why that hunt was important to you. That's what we're looking for. And one thing that I think the outdoors world is missing these days is the true meaning, the memories that you make while you're out there, the stuff that lasts a lifetime, not just the size of the rack that goes on the wall, not just the inches, but what was it? Was it your first hunt with your grandchild? Was it your last hunt with your grandfather? Was it you shot your daddy's old lever action 30-30? What was it? What made that hunt special? Put that in the comments, post you a picture. That's what we're looking for. Do it.
Yeah. The Check Station, folks, TLC Outfitters.
Matt, that was also, as a kid, I'm sure it's the same for you all. It was always a load up after you got done hunting and head up to the country store just to see what was coming in that day.
That's right.
The Check Station. Yeah, the real Check Station. That's right. You know what, man? I'm glad to hear you say that. All this talk last week about an inch. You know what?
Well, it's important.
Yeah. Don't want to hear you, folks. Folks, y'all have a good rest of the week. Hope to hear from you soon. We'll see you next week right here on Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, feel the trees from those